Where are you holding on to a limited image of self? Wherever you're rationalizing yourself into a smaller goal or a more doable goal is where you have some expansion in consciousness to achieve. It's when you're holding on to a limited image of yourself that you start rationalizing and talking yourself into more comfortable goals and intentions. Comfort is an indicator of staying in the familiar, of staying in the same mindset and energy as before. If you want something, and yet you're talking yourself down from the possibility of it coming into your experience, there is energy there for you to free up through a change in your beliefs, through a change in your reality maps and definitions. If you're starting from a premise that says anything is possible for me, that premise has to be anchored on all levels of your being, and it has to be applied to all aspects of your experience, from psyche to the tip of your toes, from your health, from your well-being, from your career, from your financial abundance. You must know this to be true with every fiber of your being. This knowingness, however, doesn't happen all on its own. This knowingness that anything is possible for you doesn't just occur to you willy-nilly. It takes your willingness to integrate it vertically down your spine through awareness and practice, moving it down from the level of concept to the reality of experiential or embodied knowledge. You have to know with every cell in your body that anything is possible for you in every area of your life, no exceptions. And if that isn't your starting premise, if anything is possible for me is not where you begin from in each and every moment, check and see what is true for you and measure how expansive that belief makes you feel. Limitation is always first created within your own belief system. Limitation is always first and foremost rehearsed within your own psyche, within your own narrative, within your own internal script about who you are. If you're in the practice of limiting yourself, you'll find that when you're focused on experiencing a new outcome, when you're focused on stepping into something new, when you're focused on bringing about some new outcome in your reality, your mind may offer you a more quote-unquote likely alternative or a more quote-unquote believable possibility. One that says, well, that's my ultimate goal, that's my true desire over there, but what I can achieve for now is something much more doable. You start to negotiate with yourself on what you can and can't pursue right now. While this may look like a helpful thought in the moment, maybe even creating for you the feeling that you're still accomplishing some result, you're still bringing about some new experience, even though that new experience isn't quite what you really want. What this kind of a mental orientation is saying is that you can't actually have your ultimate outcome in the immediate. You can't have that thing that you really want right here and right now. It's saying that your ultimate outcome is too far out of reach, and your mind just doesn't see any way to get to it based on who and where you are right now. So you'll just have to go for this doable outcome, putting your energy and focus more into that quote-unquote realistic goal, while giving your true desire a distant focus, a someday focus that says I'll eventually get to it. And mentally speaking, you literally rearrange these two pictures, the true desire and the more realistic desire, so that the true desire is pushed far out in your awareness and the more quote-unquote realistic goal is pushed closer to your mind's eye. You literally configure your own perception in a way that you make what you really want out of reach, even within your own psyche, even within your own projected image making. You want to take a look at any tendency of the mind to withdraw your attention and focus from your true desires. You want to pay attention to how you are setting up your goals, your intentions, and your desires within your own mind, within your own awareness, within your own psyche. How are you organizing them? What's being pulled up close to your mind's eye and what's being pushed far out within your own perceptual bubble? Reality doesn't have to be an either-or flow, where you can have one thing now and the other thing later. It doesn't have to be a this or that formula. It doesn't have to be arranged in that kind of a dualistic way. If there is a quote-unquote large goal and a quote-unquote realistic goal in your own mind, you can allow your mind to entertain the possibility of both of them flowing into existence for and through you right here and now. You don't have to discard one in favor of the other. You don't have to highlight one while dimming the other. You don't have to do any of that kind of dualistic sorting in your own mindset. You can bring both of them to life in your awareness and allow reality, allow your flow, or allow the universe, allow the field to arrange for you a flow of experience that really reflects what you really desire in your heart. Now, that may mean that the quote-unquote realistic goal is a stepping stone to your big goal, or it may mean the universe is quite capable of bringing all of your desire to fruition in the way that serves your evolution and growth best. While it may feel comfortable to pursue the more doable intent, and it's okay to do so, it's also useful to stretch yourself beyond the familiar and the comfortable. At the root of the secondary options that you generate for yourself, at the root of the plan Bs of your reality, is usually the belief that you can't have your true desired end at this moment in time. There's this feeling in your nervous system, there's a feeling in your energy field that for whatever reason, for whatever excuse, justification, rationalization that your mind comes up with, that you just can't have what you want right now, that you're too small, that you're not enough, that you're not there yet, that you don't have what it takes, that those other people who are living similar outcomes now are different than you are. They have more resources, they have more skills, they have more experiences, they have more connections, or what other version of no you are saying to your dream through numberless justifications, rationalizations, and excuses. Now, there is no right or wrong way to do your reality. It is all, every atom and molecule of it, yours to organize and assemble in the ways that please you, in the ways that give you joy, in the ways that excite you, and even in the ways that are most comfortable to you. What you want to check for again and again, though, is if your pattern of thinking, if your pattern of perception, if your pattern of feeling, if your pattern of emoting is allowing you to flow and expand, or if it's confining you into limited images of self-reality and world. Is your pattern of thinking, is your pattern of perception adding more light, more flow, more momentum, more consciousness, more intelligence, more energy into your moments? Is your pattern of thinking making you feel expansive, making you feel supported, making you feel connected to the whole? Is it fueling your expansion? Or is your pattern of thinking doing the opposite of that? It's confining you, it's limiting you, it's making you feel like you're stuck, it's making you feel like you don't have options, it's making you feel like you're backed into a corner, or whatever other version of playing it small your pattern of thinking may be accomplishing. So you have to ask yourself, is this thought pattern fueling my expansion? Is this thought pattern, is this pattern of thinking and feeling adding to my expansion? Is it adding to my momentum? Is it adding to my growth and evolution? Is this thought pattern affirming that anything is possible for me? If expansion is what you're after, you have to continually evaluate how far your thoughts and patterns of thinking are allowing you to stretch out. Always choose to go beyond the familiar images of self you hold. Always choose to add more consciousness and more intelligence, more light and more flow into your reality. Let yourself continually catch up to your never-ending expansion. That is the most thrilling ride you can let yourself experience.